Thank you so much for tuning in to this Sunday's video. I'm so thankful for you guys watching this. I'm thankful for Owl's help. Thank you to Denise for editing my past videos for the first few months. And yeah, thank you to everyone, Pastor Tim, everyone. I think that's about it. There's no one else that I need to thank. Owl and I working away, being a couple of night owls. Is there anyone else? I don't think anybody else is helping us right now. It's just the two of us. Yeah, no one else needs any credit in this. I am on vacation right now for the next
I hope you have
weeks.
a great Sunday. And as always, thank you for watching. Whew. Owl, we
did it. Just you and I. Now we can be here. We get a break. Awesome. You worked so hard for this. You really deserve it. Alright, let's go. Oh man, that was some well-timed time off. Mr. Cool, how are you doing, buddy? Wait a minute. Are you recording? Good morning, DayBreak. My name is Wagenvoort, and I'm the Interim Children's Ministry Coordinator here. Thank you so much for tuning in with us this Sunday. And yeah, how have you been? It's been a while. Don't worry, this isn't pre-recorded from a few weeks ago me. This is current day me. Probably. Hopefully. How can we really know? But I have an idea to try and show you all that this is me post-break. Now you all know that I send some sick beats like this. And this. But enough with past Zach's feats. It's current Zach's time to shine. And I have some sick beats to talk all about my vacation. My little time spent in the woods. So I'm gonna need a beat. Maestro. Alright. This is gonna blow your minds. Let me share with you all this sweet little ditty, all about how I went out of the city. I went to the woods to get in touch with my roots, not realizing, of course, the importance of rubber boots. But the sun was out, so it was all okay. And even though, by the end, I wanted to stay, there was one thing that wasn't good. Never, repeat never, poop in the woods. Yeah, my vacation was pretty good. And since I'm not sure if we have any good news since I've been gone, and if we have, I will get to it next week, I wanted to tell you a little bit about my time spent away. I spent a week camping, which was pretty fun, and then after that I got to just relax, sleep it off, essentially just recuperate. Because the woods are exhausting sometimes. But either way, they're awesome. But enough with the woods. And enough with everything else. Let's tune in with Owl to see what he did during his vacation. Now, it's that time of the video again. That special time where we get to delve in to today's story. So, on with today's story. And to start, let me ask you a question. Do you remember this guy? Knew Zacchaeus.
Zacchaeus? Jesus?
Well, not long after that story, religious leaders began complaining to Jesus. They complained that Jesus was too welcoming to the sinners, the tax collectors like Zacchaeus, the Samaritans like the woman at the well, and others that they decided weren't really good people. So, Jesus told them 3 parables to teach them a little more about God. The first parable Jesus taught them was this. Jesus said, if a man, or shepherd, has 100 sheep and loses one, what would he do? Well, Jesus said he would leave the 99 sheep in the open field, and he would go and search for that lost sheep until he finds it. And when he found it, he would tell his friends, let's celebrate. Let's have a party, because the lost sheep, my lost sheep, has been found. Then Jesus said, this is what heaven is like, because there's more joy in heaven when one sinner repents, when one sinner turns away from what the evil things that they've done and chooses to follow God, than the 99 people who didn't wander off. And Jesus said, the second parable, if a woman has 10 silver coins and she loses one, what would she do? She would light up a lamp and she would start sweeping all over her house, carefully searching every nook and cranny until she found her lost coin. And when she did find it, she would tell her friends, let's celebrate. Let's have a party, because my lost coin has been found. And Jesus said, this is what heaven's like. There's more joy in heaven when one sinner repents and turns back to God. Finally, Jesus said this story. A man had 2 sons, and the younger son said, Father, give me my inheritance today. So, the father gave the son his inheritance. And the younger son immediately left home. He wasted all of his money and lived foolishly. Then there was a famine, and everywhere was out of food. And the people were starving. The son managed to find a job feeding pigs. And when he was working, he was so hungry that even the pig's food, the slop, looked really appetizing to him, looked really good. Then the younger son made a plan. He would go back to his father and admit that he was wrong. He would ask to work for his father like one of his servants, because even the servants were eating more than their fill and not thinking pig slop looked delicious. So the younger son headed home. And while he was still a long ways away, his father saw him coming. And his father ran to him, threw his arms around him, and kissed him. His son began to apologize. He began spouting the words he thought probably 100 times over. He said, "Father, I have wronged both God and you." But his father cut him off mid-sentence and told his servants, "Let's celebrate with a feast. Bring the best robe and put it on my son. Put a ring on his finger and sandals on his feet. This son of mine was lost, and now he is found." Now at this time, the older brother, the one that never left, came home from the field, and he heard music at his house and a party going on. And he asked one of the servants, "Hey, what's going on?" "Well, your brother is here," the servant said, "and your father is celebrating." And the older brother was angry. He refused to go into the feast. And the father went out and asked the older brother to come inside. "Look," the older brother said, "I've never disobeyed you, but you never once threw a party for me." "Son," the father said, "everything I have is yours. We have to celebrate and be happy because your brother was lost, and now he's found." And that brings us to the Christ connection. The religious leaders complained that Jesus welcomed sinners. Jesus told these parables to teach about God's forgiveness. And God sent Jesus so sinners can be forgiven. And as a Savior, Jesus seeks sinners. He paid the ultimate price, his own life, to save people from sin. That concludes today's story. Now why don't you join me for a craft? It's been a couple weeks, so let's see how I do. Well, from both of us to all of you, thank you so much for staying tuned for this Sunday's video and all the past week's videos that the two of us have kind of been playing around. Stay tuned for 10:30 and Pastor Tim's latest sermon. We hope to see you there. And happy Sunday. Right, Mr. Cool?